What's good, family? This your boy Z, the real here, and right now, this is just my thoughts after hearing officially the Washington Redskins owner in the front office, including Ron Rivera and the entire team, has decided to basically change the name of the Washington Redskins officially to a name like the Redwolves, which you see before you as of now. Now, this is not official yet. But this is just an idea of what this team might be because they might go through an entirely new uniform change, a complete redesign, right? And I'll be honest, man, I'm all for the name change because this is another step in the right direction that the NFL is trying to prove once and for all that they're not racist at all. They're not racially biased. Okay. Now, to be honest, there have been many people who have been trying to get the Washington to change their name anyway. They've been trying to remove that Redskin name for years. Okay, they've had discussions way back in 2012, 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Right, they've been wanting that logo change. They've been wanting to take that Indian off their helmets. Yes, the Redskin name has been around for years, right? It's been around for generations. It's been around for decades. No, I get all that, right? There's fans who love that Redskin name and want to keep it, but at the same time too, if it's offensive to the indigenous people, to the Native American tribes, then you got to take it down, right? You don't want to continue to represent something that's offensive. So yes, this is official. This week, over the weekend, the owner, including Ron Rivera, was the first one who made a suggestion to the owner, and then I guess the general manager, the president, they all got together, had a meeting, and of course the team had a Zoom meeting, of course, to discuss it. And they all decided that they want to change the name. And let's just keep it 1,000. Washington been need to change their uniforms anyway. I'm gonna be honest, man. They been needing a uniform change, a redesign, because the last like 5 years they ain't been looking that good at all. Yeah, they did go back to like the throwbacks, the classic yellow pants and the maroon uniforms when they had RG3, but even then that was kind of ugly, right? I wasn't feeling that at all. But me, man, them changing, going from Redskins to a name like this, Redwolves, you see before you hear, that's cool. I'm all for it. And to be fair, the Redwolves they're actually a species. They're a type of wolf, right? They're becoming an endangered species, but they're actually around. They originate in that Washington D.C. area, in the mountains, right in the forest area. That's where they come from. And yes, there's a native tribe that's Red Wolf, but it's not, the wolf is not offensive, okay? Because remember, we have had the Minnesota Timberwolves for years, right? We got a wolf team in basketball. Why not have one in football? And for those who are pre-ordered Madden 21, I believe they will do another roster update because again, they Madden 21, they can't have that Redskin name anymore. They cannot officially use that Redskin name anymore. So for those who've already pre-ordered Madden 21, Madden's going to be getting a roster update anyway. I believe the EA is going to basically take that Redskin name out of the game before they release it. They have to now. But I said the question is how's this team is going to look. Now this right here with this design, I would love to see that. That's actually pretty cool. I don't mind them having a white helmet with the maroon face mask. This actually looks really nice. Now, Arizona State Sun Devils, they use something like this, something similar to this, right? For those that watch Sun Devil football, they've recently have changed their uniforms, right? They don't go with the imp on the helmet no more with the yellow. They've went with white helmets sometimes. I mean, they have like 3 different color helmets. I know they use the maroon, which is their primary, but they have worn white helmets with the maroon face mask. So this will look actually nice. Like I said, a white helmet like this with a maroon face mask with that stripe, having this type of uniform design, that looks pretty cool. And plus, it's a change because they have a new head coach, right? You got a brand new quarterback. The team is young anyway. And like I said, it's a step in the right direction, especially now that we're in 2020 and we're in a new entirely new decade, right? It's a completely different era now. The NFL has changed, so I believe it's time for a lot of teams to change their uniforms. And I was after watching the Washington podcast, right? I was watching a Washington podcast on YouTube today, And they was even talking about this. I think it was Darryl Green, Hall of Famer Darryl Green was on the podcast, and he even said it like, yeah, I'm down for the name change. Yeah, I represent the Redskins, but I'm all for a name change because I feel we have to see it from the eyes of somebody who feels offended. He even said it. He's down for it. You got NFL Hall of Famers that's definitely down for the change. Like I said, the only people that's going to disagree with this, or of course people that's been diehard Redskin fans since the very beginning. That means the baby boomer generation, the ones who was born in the 1970s and 80s, they may be against it, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? If the Native Americans, the indigenous people don't want that Redskin name around, then we shouldn't have it around, right? Because the key to good business is being open to everybody, right? You want to have everybody watching your show. You want to have everybody going to the stadium watching your games. That's the whole point. Yeah, having a Red Wolf name is not bad at all. Now, there's been some other names I'm going to mention. I think Red Tails was one of the nicknames because that represents the Tuskegee Army. Red Tails, it represents the Tuskegee Army in the war which they battle in. It would have been a jet plane. Technically, it's a plane. Now, yes, we have the New York Jets, but the Jets don't really use the plane logo. They don't use the fin no more like it used to in the 90s and 80s. But yeah, Red Tails is one name, and then another name is the Warriors. Washington Warriors. Now, I'll be honest, everybody have seen, I don't know if Warriors is that necessarily a good name because we're used to seeing that with the NBA, watching the Golden State Warriors, but no, Warriors is another name. Washington Warriors, it wouldn't be bad neither. I wouldn't mind having a Warrior team either because, again, I mean, it's not offending nobody. Football is a Warrior type sport. And again, it's a W. WW, Washington Warriors. Washington Warriors is very catchy. It makes sense, but again, I guess they want to keep the Red name in it. Yeah, but the Red Wolf name, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's very interesting. But yeah, man, so people have been wanting to get rid of that Indian logo for years. The Redskin name. They find it very offensive. And to be honest, y'all, it's almost close to saying the word redneck. Let's just be honest. Right? We all know what redneck stand for. It's close to that name. So Redskin. You know, there's people that's indigenous who don't like that name because it's too close to the redneck name who they don't like. Okay? But again, I'm all for this name change. It's like I said, it's definitely a step in the right direction. Now, whether they keep the original colors, which they could, but me personally, I wouldn't even use the yellow no more. I wouldn't use that that maroon no more. Those maroon helmets, I'll just get rid of those completely. It was up to me. Like I would redesign the entire team. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can probably still use those colors as a throwback, but NFL rule states that now you can't you have to stick to your original color. There's a lot of teams that can't go with their throwbacks. Like the Buccaneers can't use those orange jerseys anymore. Those cream color orange jerseys that they made their debut that people like, they can't even use those no more because of the NFL rule. You have to stay within your current colors. So that's be the only issue with that now. Me personally, I'll go with a complete redesign. It's like when the Cleveland Browns moved, when Armadale moved his Cleveland Browns to Baltimore. Armadale named his team the Baltimore Ravens. They had a complete redesign, right? They was gonna keep the Cleveland Brown name. They went from brown to purple and black with a bird. I would do that for this team. I would completely separate myself from the Redskin Redskin complete, right? Because the maroon and yellow that represents the Redskins. That's yesteryear, right? If you want to really make a statement and show that you have changed, then do a complete redesign. That means the helmet color needs to change, right? I would actually keep this color. You could keep the yellow, right? But change this to maroon face mask because the Chargers already use a white and yellow helmet anyway. This LA Chargers already use a white helmet with yellow face mask. But change this to a maroon face mask because the Cardinals don't the Arizona Cardinals don't use a red face mask anymore. They use white. The Cardinals used to use a red face mask back in the day, but they don't use it no more. So it'll make sense. Right? You can still use the maroon color, but I would change I wouldn't use I wouldn't be looking like the Redskins anymore. right? Again, logo, like I said, a complete logo changes. Like, this is nice. You can still put the R on there and make it look like a wolf. And I like these stripes on here too. This looks neat. This is what they should do. Like I said, this is just an idea. Like I said, that I don't know if they're exactly going to keep this. I don't know if they're going to actually use this, but it was up to me. I wouldn't use that maroon, those maroon helmets with yellow face masks. Like I said, that'll be done. I'll be done with that, because I don't want to have my team looking anything that represents the previous name, the previous Redskin name. So as of right now, folks, officially, Redskins is no longer a team. Y'all could pretty much keep your. I mean, you could. That's pretty much memorabilia as of now. As of now, anybody with a Redskin jersey is a throwback, basically. Yes, Dwayne Haskins, he represents. He was drafted Redskins, so he's the last of the Redskins. Right, Dwayne Haskins is going to go into. He's gonna have a career something similar to Russell Westbrook and Durant. Remember, Durant played one last season. Yeah, Haskins is something similar to Durant. Right? Remember, Durant was drafted as a Seattle Supersonic. And I think the season after he played with them, that one season, they moved over to OKC in 2008 for the 08-09 season. So that's, for the 09-10 season, right? Yeah, 2007-08. Yeah, the 2008 season, Durant was a Supersonic. Then in 2009, that summer, they moved to OKC and became the Thunder. That's pretty much Dwayne Haskins. Basically, Dwayne Haskins is officially the Durant of the league. Not saying he's Kevin Durant in any way, but even Durant himself has actually said on Twitter that he's down for the name change. He wants to see the Redwolves name, right? Kevin Durant himself has actually spoken this. And you can look on his Twitter. It's out there on social media. Even he said that he's down for them changing the Redskin name. Okay, so you have celebrities. You got celebrities that's down for it. You got a huge following, a huge fan base that's down for that name change. But yeah, it's that Redskin name. I was never really fond of it myself. You know, I'm a Cowboy fan. I don't like the Redskins. No way, right? But for them changing that name, I feel it's time. They've been me personally. I got tired of seeing that logo anyway. That Indian logo. It's time for something else it's time to see something else. You got to do something differently. And I'll be honest, there's a lot more other teams that need to change too. Now already we've seen the Titans, we've seen the Vikings, we've seen the Bills, right? We've seen, and even the Chargers, right? And the Rams. We've seen those 5 teams go through a major uniform redesign, right, in the last 10 years. More teams got to be redesigned too, like the Saints, the Packers. I can see being redesigned. My Cowboys definitely can change their uniforms. I'm getting tired of seeing those white uniforms at home, right? I think my Dallas Cowboys need to consider changing their uniforms too, going with something different. The Colts, right? Even the Broncos. I would change with the Broncos. I would change them jerseys. There's a lot of other. I feel every NFL team should go through a rechange, except for the Titans and the Jets, who already changed their helmets and their uniforms. Other teams need to change. Miami has also changed too. There's a lot of teams out there besides this Washington team that needs to change their logos. They need a redesign. And as you can see at the top, it says, a wolf doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep. Right? That makes, again, that's a good slogan right there. And remember, wolves are in packs anyway. I would love to even hear them call themselves the Wolf Pack. That would make a lot of sense. Washington Wolf Pack. Right? I would love for them to use that. If they don't want to use the Red Wolf name, the Red Wolves, call yourself the Wolf Pack. The Washington Wolf Pack. That would be very hard, matter of fact. Now, shouts out to the NCAA team that's called the Wolf Pack. I believe that's Nevada. Right? They call themselves the Wolf Pack. I would love to see the Washington use a name like the Wolf Pack. That would be very nice. But Washington Red Wolves, it makes sense because I guess they want to keep the red in the name. So calling yourself the Red Wolves, again, it's still catchy. It's still a respectable nickname, right? It's still a respectable team name. Yes, Red Tails is not bad because I would love to see another team use a plane to represent them. And represents the Tuskegee Airmen, the men that flew the planes. But the Red Wolf name, I wouldn't mind it. Because like I said, you separate yourself from being racist. You're not offending nobody officially anymore. Right? You represent a species that's going endangered. To me, I'm all for it. And like I said, I would change that helmet completely. Redesign it. I wouldn't use the maroon helmets no more. Maroon with the yellow face mask, that'll be gone. I'll change this. I'll recomplete. Change the jerseys and I'll change the jerseys, the helmets, pants, all that. The whole uniform be redesigned, and I'll also change my stadium too. You have to do that. The stadium gotta be redesigned too. Because again, that Indian logo can't be on there no more. So you gotta change everything. You know, and shouts out to Hollywood Sports because he's also is a Washington fan. He don't even use that logo no more. For those who've been watching Washington Sports, his latest podcast on Madden 20, when he does his franchise, he's taking that Indian logo completely off the helmet. He don't use that Redskin logo anymore himself. That means Hollywood Sports must be in the knowing of what's been going on. Because if you look at how he plays his Washington team, he don't use the Redskin logo. He don't use that Indian logo no more at all. That Indian logo is gone. But anyways, folks, yeah, that's the video, man. I'm not gonna spend too much more time on it, but I'm all for this redesign, right? So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. I mean, do you like the Red Wolf name? Do you think they should be called something else? What do you feel about this design on the logo, right? Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, comment. So y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. I'll see you soon.